Hello, I'd like to show you Egyptian onion in my garden. It's April 7th and I believe they start growing already. Let's take a look. I have a patch here. You'll notice that they are in a cinder block, but I don't really, it's not a raised garden by any means. I just use it. I purchased it to make some beds out of it, but I didn't really use them really to raise the level or anything. So as you can see here, that's just a small patch right by my garage, and I planted a lot of them here. So if you are not aware of what is perennial Egyptian onion, that's a perennial onion added to our zone here 5A. So this one, for example, does not have a brown end, so I will say is growing. You can see the baby stem here as well, and that's April 7 today. And you can see I already have about a full tall leaves of onions that I can harvest for green onions. So they are perennial onions. They have bulb in the ground and they grow bulb on top in summertime. So I will harvest those bulb on top to replant or to eat, or both. And I like to keep the ground bulb in the ground, and they will continue to get bigger and bigger. And I don't eat the bulb in the ground unless sometimes I'll harvest them to replant elsewhere. But other than that, I don't like to eat them, so that I keep my supply, So, and I let them go through the whole circle. They grow very fast in spring, and you can see the baby stem growing as well. And I will probably say that the one with the brown tip could be the one from last year, and the one without could be a new growth this year. But anything is possible. But for sure you will see the young stem growing that little bit below. But that's even the one with the brown tip, I can still harvest them, cut the brown tip and eat it. So they will grow very fast, and I have to be on top of it to harvest as much as possible. Clean, chop, and pour in freezer bag and freeze for winter time. So I kept planting them around to increase, to have a lot of it, so that I can have enough throughout winter. And I originally got it from my grandma-in-law's garden, and I had it when I was in an apartment. So when we purchased this house, we moved here, I planted them, and I have been propagating them ever since. And I can show you around. I have them in the front yard as well, in the pretty much many area in the front yard, and you can see them here as well. But they are quite a bit around here. But that's an open source here, so they can be not as much protected as the others. And I have it in the fence area, in some area more than other. And I have not opened this garden since fall, I believe. So before we got in, I don't even know if we will get in, but let me show you the patch right underneath my window, my bedroom windows. So I try to utilize my land and as you can see here, they are pretty much here as well. The previous owner had some flowers here and I decided to just plant them right among them as well. So yeah, with the sun setting, it'll be hard to see, but you get the idea. So that's a side of the building that I try to make the most out of by putting, and I try to keep it away from the building. So yes, I do have a lot of flowers that I try to keep low as much as possible, but then on this area I put the onions. So pretty much to limit my property, but I'm still in as well. So I have them all here, as well as garlic as well, and a bunch of flowers that I don't even know their name. And as you can see, that's daffodil, I believe. She's trying to flower. And so pretty much what I did is I just try to harvest the bulbils from the top and planted them back. And last fall or summer with the kids, we put a bunch of the top onions here. And too recently I cut some elderberry trees from the front yard and we just laid them on top of it. But there is a lot of onions here as well, limited by the cinder blocks. And I have a lot of them here. Some area they do well, some area they don't. But they are very resilient. And I don't water my garden. You can see them here as well. So sometimes bunny will bother them, and some other times they will just leave them alone. So I used to have some here as well, but I think I moved most of them out of here. And I have them in this garden, this fence garden as well. And they are there as well. And the fence area, the fence garden, I have them there. But pretty much to show you that you can grow, you can have your own garden even if you don't have time. You just have to know what you can afford to plant. That won't require a lot of your time or a lot of care. And having those onion, I don't buy onion anymore from the store. I just eat onion leaves from my garden. Let's get inside here as well. I have a lot of them in my front garden, but pretty much I can say that something must have eaten them here. But anyway, this seems very short. Yes, thank you. You can see them here as well. And you can see how the garden is mulched with fall leaves. I don't water my garden, so that's the way I keep my garden from drying out year around, and to keep moist in the ground. Thank you for watching. I'm Asiavi Ojune Libreman, creators of Libreman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and owners of Nina's Soap. Now website is ninasoap.com. I will continue to show you Egyptian onion throughout the season for you to see how they grow. And I don't know if I'll be able to show you the bulb in the ground, because the way I grow things, I don't dig to bury my things, but you can see the bulb right there, and that's the stem from last year broken down in place. So even though it's not even the right time for probably people might start planting onion around this time, or probably they started in March, but you can see that I already have onion in my garden at a stage that I can start eating the leaves. Thank you for watching.